Hello friends! Today I'd like to share with you some insights around how to work with tongue movement to enable you to speak more clearly in American English. Now, as you know, if you've been following my videos, that we do exercises around the lips, like the fish, the buccinator squeeze, and even some little exercises like side to side. With the smack, we do circles. These are all great warm-ups for the mouth and the lips. However, one of the things people are always challenged by is tongue movement. So that is being able to lift the tongue so that you can see the underbelly and the frenulum, that little string down there, and your upper teeth so you activate the lip before you do the tongue exercise. Now the challenge to this is you also have to release the back of your neck. We've talked about that. So the eyes don't go up with a neck squeeze. The neck is long, the eyes are eye level, then you lift the tongue. Now what happens for a lot of people if you're monitoring either in your webcam or with a mirror, a lot of people will notice that as they lift the tongue, the middle drops. So it's almost like a curving of the tongue, and the middle section of the tongue will drop. So what we want to do instead is see if you can flatten the tongue. And many of you can work with this versalis muscle, making the tongue widen like this, rather than stay kind of flat and lazy in the center. And lazy is not a term I would use, but a lot of my clients call themselves lazy in the sense of the tongue not being able to do the movement. So what we actually want to do is activate the center of the tongue. That way it won't drop when you want it to lift. So for example, if you're making a TH sound, zzz, if you look in the mirror when you do the zzz, do you notice the middle of your tongue tends to sag or drop a little bit? You can try to lift it, try to squeeze your teeth to it, but it may still want to drop. So here is an exercise to improve the movement of the middle of your tongue. Now we know we have to activate the root first. The root is in the back, and as we know, our tongue goes all the way down here. So we're thinking about not the front of the tongue doing the movement, flop, 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 but the back of the tongue, initiating from the root. And remember, you got to activate your lip. You should be able to see your teeth when you do it. The other mistake people make is they go too fast. Go very, very slowly. You get points for going slow. You might also try lifting and lowering first from the root. Now here's the new part. If your tongue does not want to activate in the middle, try turning your tongue into a spear like this. See how narrow the tongue can get? So we've been practicing making it wide. To what extent can you channel your tongue and make it more narrow? Notice at the end there, you see a muscle in the middle of my tongue materialize. Now that muscle in the middle, I like to call the spine of the tongue. So kind of like our back has a spine holding us up, think of your tongue having a spine all the way through the middle. That line that you can make stronger when you stick out your tongue. And notice, is your tongue just flopping like this? No definition in the middle. That's what we want to work on. So how do you get more definition in the middle? You might try and you just end up hurting your neck. So instead, try lifting your tongue. Try to turn it a little bit into a spear. Let's say it doesn't do it. Take your lips and start moving them in a circle like an O sound. But don't make a sound, just move your lips in. You can use your finger to help. You can even use your finger way up here on the cheek. Make sure these muscles are serving you. That's the goal. Now, if your tongue cups and folds like this, see, I can take my tongue all the way back and fold it. But if your tongue does that, or if on the sides it drops in, that means you need to go more slowly. Go super slow. Keep narrowing through the lip. But as you do it, your tongue has to be out. If you do it enough, you'll get that spear-shaped tongue. Now, once the tongue looks like a spear, go forward and back. And then, of course, try pronouncing sounds that were hard for you before, like the th and the z, as in think, or another, or try making R sounds. So the word another is a great word because it has the voiced TH and the post-vocalic R in it. But in any case, notice if it's easier to make right after you do this. Activate the middle, and then try saying the word another. If it's not easier to make, that might not be the right exercise for you. But if it gets much easier for a short time, that means you've targeted the right muscle, and now you just have to do that exercise every single day. Try it, see how it works for you.